What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We're going to go over potential trade targets for the Cowboys off the 53-man or off the roster currently. Israel Abaconda, probably not going to be. Brian Anger, Brandon Aubrey, Jay Sean Barium, you can rule them out. Justin Barron, you can probably rule him out. Now, one interesting one, TJ Bass. 6'4", 320. He's 27 years old. Out of Oregon a few years ago, as an undrafted free agent. Played well for the Cowboys when needed. He can play tackle. Can also play guard and center. A versatile guy. Chances he gets traded for anything less than a third-round pick are 30% in my opinion. Why are you going to trade a guy who can play, who's proven himself as a backup, and can play 3 positions? Wouldn't make sense to me. But that is a potential trade target people have mentioned. So I'm just throwing that out there. Cooper Beebe, you know that's not going to happen. Marquise Bell, who's going to trade for him? Probably nobody. Deron Bland, with the coming off the injury, probably not. Jaden Blue, you can rule him out. Tyler Booker. Keys Bridges, you can probably rule him out. Camden Brown, rookie, 6'2", 204, 22 years old, out of Georgia Southern. Took over our former safety, his number. This would be one. I mean, what do you ask for Camden Brown? He's still a rookie. Great preseason training camp. What are you gonna get for him necessarily? He's a young receiver. You can build on him, and if he keeps building, in a year or two, he could be George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb-esque type guy. You're looking at least a number 2 or 3 receiver down the road. Possibly this year, if you have an injury. He's constantly working. He's constantly busting his butt. This is the kind of guy I would keep. I wouldn't trade him. Now, if somebody wants to give you a first or a second, I mean, what are you going to do? You going to turn that down? Jonathan Burward, you're probably not going to trade. Josh Butler, Kalen Carson. Nobody's probably trading for him either. Hopefully he does better this year. Zion Childress, Elijah Clark, Kenny Clark, Jay Sean Corbin, Johnny Cornelius, Malik Davis, Caleb Downs out of the question. Tommy Dunn out of the question. Kobe Durant, you already traded. I doubt anybody's trading for him. Donovan Ezekaru. Jake Ferguson. He has a cheap contract. What are you going to get for him? Because you don't have a tight end that's better than him on the roster right now. Not saying it's impossible, but highly unlikely given his lackluster year last year and injury history. Ryan Flournoy had a good year last year, but I don't see anybody trading for him. Rashawn Gary, no. Chris Glazer, I highly doubt it. Sebastian Gutierrez, I don't think anybody's trading for him either. Tyler Guyton, hopefully he's our franchise tackle. Malik Hooker, probably not. James Houston, maybe. Maybe somebody. But he's kind of a tweener. I don't know what other teams would use him as. He's going to be outside linebacker for us. But then you are down another pass rusher. Sam Howell, maybe, but I doubt it. Jordan Hudson, nobody's trading for him. As a 22-year-old rookie undrafted. Shamar James, somebody fall in love with him. 22, second year out of Florida. I wouldn't trade him, but somebody wants to give me a third or a fourth round, I might think about it since he was a fifth round pick. Marcellus Johnson, nobody's trading for him. Tyler Johnson, I doubt it. Unless they really need a good veteran receiver. Trevor Keegan, I think he'll be one of your backup guards. Darian Kendrick, no. Zach Kuntz, more than likely, probably not. CeeDee Lamb. Now this is interesting. This is not something I want to happen, but you have George Pickens. Okay, so hear me out. You have George Pickens. He's younger. It's a good thing we had him last year. Lamb had kind of a down year. This tears at me a little. But honestly, I'd rather trade Lamb, pay Pickens, and trade Lamb before the deadline. You get a team before the trade deadline that thinks they're still in it. This might not happen before the season starts. But you get a team, unless a team has an injury in the final preseason game, and they are desperate. They want to offer me a first this year, and a first next year, and a third or something, or a later round pick this year. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm taking that. For a 27, almost 28-year-old receiver, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. I'm paying Pickens. You got your number one. Flournoy and Brown can move up, and you got other guys. I'm taking that if I can get that much for Lamb. I know. You don't want to do that, but I would do that. Don't want to have him, but if it does, I wouldn't be too sad. Isaiah Land, no. Malachi Lawrence, they're not trading him. Nick Leverett, nobody's trading for him. He might not even make the team. Maurice Leafau. Is not very good. I don't think anybody's trading for him either. But if somebody sent me a 4th, 5th, or 6th, I might consider it. Just to get something for him. PJ Locke, no. Hunter Lupke, no. Phil Moff, I doubt it. Von Miller's not getting traded. Joe Milton, the 3rd. This is probably your best trade candidate. 6'5", 236, 26 years old. Be 27 before next year. Out of Tennessee. He has another big performance in the preseason. Falcons. Would they give you a 3rd or 4th round pick? If they gave me a 3rd, 4th, or 5th, or a 3rd and a 5th, and a 3rd and a 6th or something, I'd take it. Falcons, you tell me they're not desperate? Who you going to start day one? Tua? You going to start Tua? Or are you going to start Michael Penix Jr., who can't stay healthy? Neither one of which was completely healthy for camp. Who else can I think of? The Cardinals, they couldn't use him. Carson Beck looks great, but he's another year out maybe. Bring in Milton for a year, get him going, and then maybe you can trade him for something more. Teams got to think about this too. You trade a 3rd or a 4th for him, he comes to your team, fits in and balls out, and has a great year. You either pay him, and that's your franchise quarterback, or if you got a young guy like Carson Beck, or the kid in Tennessee with the Titans, one of those guys, you could trade him for a first. Somebody might give you a first or a second or a third. So, Joe Milton is the most likely to get traded. I would trade him if somebody's offering me good, and I'd roll with Howell and find another guy, maybe a young guy that gets cut or something, and maybe develop that guy if you really believe in him. Joe Milton's not the future of the Dallas Cowboys. I keep trying to tell people this. They don't want to listen. They think he's going to take over for Prescott. Prescott goes down, you're going to see what Joe Milton is, and you're not going to get nothing for him. I'm telling you, I don't care what the coaches say and all. They're feeding you crap. I don't buy it. We'll see. He's good in preseason last year. Not as good as this year. But in regular season, no. We want that one game with the Patriots. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, okay. Well, you buy the hype. Now, if he was 21 or 22 years old, different story. He could be 26, 27. No, thank you. I'm good. Denzel Mims, not likely at all. He might not make the team. Jonathan Mingo. Wouldn't want to trade him, but if somebody sent me a second or third round pick for him, would you consider moving Jonathan Mingo? I would. Why not? I'd consider it. Move Jonathan Mingo. Get a pick or two for next. I mean, he was drafted to be a number one receiver. He's played well. Devin Moore is not going anywhere. He will keep getting better. Adedayo, Odeleye. He won't even make the team probably. Odio Ogbonia is going to make the team, so I don't see them trading him. DeMarvion Overshown, no. LT Overton is a rookie. Langston Patterson might make the practice squad, but nobody's trading for a rookie, undrafted. Shyaz Pete, nobody's trading for him. George Pickens. Here's one maybe somebody trades for. If you give me a first and a second this year and a third next year or something, I might consider it. You're desperate enough. Price is going up. I'm not giving away for just a second or third. It's going to be at least one first. And I'd require more. I'd require a substantial player. At least a number 2 or 3 receiver on your team, if I like them. Or maybe a young quarterback I like off your team. This is a guy a lot of people have talked about for a long time. I don't think he's going anywhere. But Dak Prescott, you know what? I'll entertain it. Give me 2 first-rounders and a second round, possibly a player, and I'd entertain Dak Prescott. That's not happening. So, yeah. You can forget that one, but I'll throw it out there just for fun because everybody wants to get rid of him till he's gone. Shavon Revel, not going anywhere. He's starting to show what he can do. Curtis Robinson, nobody's trading for him, I don't think. DJ Rogers, no. Luke Schoonmaker. You give me a second or better. Heck, you give me a third or better. Third or fourth, maybe. I might even take a fifth for him. That's another guy that could go. Drew Shelton's a rookie. He's not going anywhere, even though he struggled. Anthony Smith's a rookie. He's not going anywhere. Plus, he's got speed. Jaden Smith's a rookie. Nobody's trading him for him. or a couple-year guy. Tyler Smith is guard. He's not. I wouldn't get rid of him. You'd have to offer me a lot of money to get rid of him because he can play tackle wing guard. So maybe, but Brevin Spanford, nobody's trading for his ass. I don't care what anybody says, he's not that good. So, Mirror Speed, nobody's trading for him probably. Terrence Steele, Reddy Stewart, Nate Thomas, Jalen Thompson, Jay Toya. Don't see anybody trading for them. Sam Williams. Does somebody get impressed with him? Somebody wants to give us a third, fourth, or fifth for him. He's a second-round pick a while back from Ole Miss. I might consider that. DJ Wingfield, D. Winters, Withers, Julius Wood. I don't think anybody else is going through trade. So those are the possible trade candidates. The three I'd most likely see would be Mingo, but Joe Milton would be at the top of the list if he balls out tomorrow night in the preseason. Now, if he stinks it up, maybe that trade rumor stops going around. Maybe he doesn't get the backup job. He's really going to have to stink it up big time tomorrow night to not get the backup job at this point, I feel like. But they might still go with Sam Howell. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's going to be Jerry's decision. So, if it was me right now, I'd make Milton a backup. But I wouldn't have a problem if Howell's the backup either. Neither one's going to be your franchise quarterback. This isn't a guy you're grooming to take over for Dak Prescott. Neither Howell or Milton. So the fantasies and all that, get that out of your head because it's not happening. But they're both decent backups. Milton a little less known than Howell. Howell has more experience in actual games. Milton not as much. I still consider Milton more of a prospect. And that's old for a prospect. So, let me know what you guys think. You know what to do in the comments down below and all that. Once we hit 100, doing a free giveaway. Love y'all and be safe in Jesus' name. Peace be with you.